There's some really easy and beneficial things you can do that only take a few minutes that really do make your feet feel a lot better. So I'm going to walk you through some of those things. I use these techniques a lot when I was hiking the Pacific Crest Trail. We'd stop somewhere to have a snack, I'd kick off my socks and shoes and do this exact routine. So you can use this as your own, you can mix and match with some of the other techniques I've taught you, but just know that it's important that you fit these little self-care pieces in throughout your day to make your hike a little bit more successful and enjoyable. So thanks for watching and happy trails. If you don't happen to carry a ball with you while you hike and you're fresh out of rocks, you can always use your shoe. This is such a simple technique and such an easy thing to do, especially for break times when you likely have your shoe off anyways. For this, you're simply just going to lay your shoe on the ground and then use the edge of the sole as that massage device. So just stabilize the shoe with your other foot and then start working the bottom of that foot over that, the sole of your shoe. And targeting the same areas we've been hitting before, and near the base of the toes, through the arch area, and then toward the plantar fascia. Again, working the outside of the foot as well as the inside of the foot as you make your way up and down. Super simple, super effective, and super handy. You should definitely use this one while you're out hiking. One area that's often overlooked is the area around the heel itself. This is a super simple area to work. Usually I just kind of pinch either side of that heel bone and you can rub your thumb through there and your fingers, and it just tends to feel really good, especially if you've been putting in some big miles. So I'm going to work the area around the heel and around those ankle bones a little bit. Maybe work up that lower leg bone just a hair just to see how things are feeling there. You do have a lot of tendons and ligaments that kind of live in that area, so a little bit of a tension there never hurts. You can also work the top of the foot, which is going to be extremely important. Again, you've got a lot of muscles that live between those toe bones, and if we can just give them a little bit of TLC with just a little bit of massage with your fingers, it does make a big difference and is really helpful for the foot itself. One of the best ways to target this calf muscle is by using your trekking pole. So here I just assume kind of a half kneeling position. I'm gonna stick that trekking pole just below my knee, and the target is gonna be from that height there all the way down to maybe 6 inches above the ankle. So we're just kind of working the meat of on the back of the leg there. In this position, you want to lunge forward over your leg and then push your hips backward a little bit. So you're changing the angle of your shin bone to really get some different stretch in the muscle, and this is going to make this technique a little bit more effective. You also want to make sure you're working from the inside of the leg to the outside of the leg, so really working all that muscle on the back of the calf. One of the best ways to take care of this muscle is by taking your trekking pole and running it right down the length of that muscle on the front side. So this one, you're just going to find a pressure that feels like it's helpful but not creating damage, and you're just going to glide up and down the belly of the muscle. You can also move your foot up and down a little bit as you go. You're going to want to go from just below the knee all the way down to just above the ankle for this one. And since the muscle is pretty big in the front of that shin, make sure you're kind of working toward the shin bone and then around the side of the leg just a little bit. If you've got a small sapling or a tree nearby, one great thing to do is just grab onto that tree and sit down into a deep squat position. And this one just feels really good because as a hiker, your hips are in a pretty small range of motion, generally speaking. So this position is going to get you deep into the full range of motion of that hip, which is going to be great for joint health and just help keep you limber while you're on the trail.